sing this next song about anything at all.
Welcome, any and all, to the Wednesday edition of Dreaming in Paradox. I'm your host, John Olson.
And I'm your host, Jose Venutolo.
And with us, once again, is the lovely Briana Redmount.
Once again, I am here.
Yes.
So, speaking of you, today is Wednesday, and that is the day when our guest brings the topic.
Yay, my topic!
Little secret, Briana helped us with the game.
So I think that worked out pretty well.
Anyway,
At least for us.
That was fun.
we had fun. We always have fun. We were saying to ourselves that, like, whether or not the people watching the show enjoy it, we always have a great time doing the game.
Yes.
And so we're going to keep doing them.
Tuesdays are awesome.
We hope you enjoy them too.
But now we're on Wednesdays.
And now we're on topics.
Yes,
Back on topics.
Back on topics. And so my topic for today's show is telling embarrassing stories.
You're so nice to
I'm
us.
so nice.
Nice. Okay.
So-
I don't know if you're getting invited back.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
Is-
God. You're like, first on
Jose,
Monday.
are you not-
On Monday, she just took us back, and now she's taking us back again. Back in time, I tell you.
Are you not immune to embarrassment?
Are
I
you?
don't know.
I
I
am
feel
not.
like
I am not.
even Jose is not immune.
I am
to
not
no
immune
one
to
is
embarrassment.
immune.
Well,
it took a while.
yeah.
It took a while.
Do you?
All right.
Well, she has to
'cause-
start.
yeah,
She
it's
has
your
to
topic.
I have to
like-
start.
You had
So-
to
You
start.
start.
Okay. So this is my embarrassing story.
What
I was
embarrasses
on
you?
New Jersey Transit, coming back into New York City from visiting my house in Jersey. And lo and behold, Kal Penn is on the train with me. Kal Penn is an actor.
Okay.
Everyone know him?
Okay,
He's
that was.
from-
I look at you and like, what?
Do you know Harold and Kumar?
Harold and Kumar.
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
White
He's Kumar.
Castle. He's Kumar.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God, you were in the train with Kumar?
Yes, I was. And he was also on House. And he's also well known for being a part of the Obama campaign.
Yes, that's true. Yes,
He, like,
I do
quit
know
acting
that.
He
for a
quit
year.
acting to help out Obama and do cool stuff with him.
That worked for him. I mean, it worked for Obama too.
I guess so.
Like, I think he was the tip of the scale.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like PR-wise, Obama's doing his best right now.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like saying that Kumar's
I
gonna
don't know
vote
who.
for you.
I don't know who's. I don't know who's helping him out now, but
But anyway, so Kumar, Kal
Kal
Penn, is on the train. And like other people are bothering him. I'm like, but I just want to like say hi and like introduce myself. And also, I remember he was on NPR earlier
nice.
that week. And so I wanted to talk to him about that. He was funny on NPR. And, but this one guy was hogging his attention the whole time. So I was like, all right, I'll wait until this guy finishes up his conversation. You know, it can't be too long. We get to New York Penn Station, and this guy is still talking to him. And he is walking with Kal Penn. So I, you know, sneakily am behind them, like right behind them, like so close. And I'm walking, and I'm like...
Stalking distance.
Stalking distance. Like, this is really bad. And, yeah. And so then... I'm like, oh man, I have to turn to get to the subway line that I have to go to. They're obviously going up to the street. I'm going to probably take a taxi or something. I can't go there. I can't stalk him anymore. And so then they're talking, and I need to say something. So I say, can I shake your hand? And this guy turns around, Kal Penn, turns around, he's like, oh yeah, sure. And I'm like, hey, I'm a fan, you know, whatever. What I wanted to say was, hey, I really appreciate that, like, you have different things that you want to do. So some of them are political, some of them are acting.
Yeah.
And, you know, you were really great on the show Wait, Don't Tell Me. I love that show. But it came out as, can I shake your hand? And that was really all I could say to him.
That is.
But my embarrassing story doesn't stop there.
Oh wow! There's
a
more
part
to
two.
There's
this.
a part two.
Oh, they cut everything on TV.
Oh, at least it wasn't like that. But no. Unbeknownst to me, Kal Penn was in New York for an upfront, which is this big thing. It's kind of a convention where the shows that are going to be on television, they advertise themselves to advertisers.
Okay.
They say, this is what's going to be on television for this season. Please advertise on our show.
Yeah. Sponsor us.
Stuff like that. My dad works in advertising, and he goes to all of these upfronts. And I told him about my embarrassing story about meeting Kal Penn. And so, of course, being the jerk that he is, he goes up to the show that Kal Penn is like there for. And what you get to do at these upfronts is meet and greets, basically. They maybe do a panel, and then you get to take a picture with them. And so my dad goes up to them, and it's this show. It had Kal Penn, Jerry O'Connell, Tony Shalhoub.
Sad face. It got canceled.
It got canceled. It's no longer on TV.
It was called
We Are Men.
Yeah.
It didn't look very good from the start.
Sorry,
Kal Penn.
It didn't pass.
Sorry, Kal.
It probably
test.
did not pass the Bechdel test. But anyway, so my dad's talking to them, and he goes, "Hey, Kal, do you remember this girl that came up to you and asked to shake your hand?" And after a little bit of prodding, he remembers, because it was only like a week before. And so my dad takes a picture with the cast of We Are Men, and I have the visual here for everyone to see. We'll put it up.
Yeah.
This is for you guys to look at. And my dad sends me an email with this picture and says, "This is how you shake Kal Penn's hand." And the picture, for those of you who are listening, is my dad shaking hands with Kal Penn, surrounded by Jerry O'Connell
Who's
and
pointing
Tony
at the
Shalhoub.
handshake.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell's like, "What? Look at that." And, and Chris Smith is also like in the picture, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
You know what? I'm a fan of your dad. I want to meet your dad. Your dad seems like my kind of people.
He would be glad to hear it. So, but I can't.
I'm gonna shake his hand.
What are the
odds? What are the odds?
What are the odds that like
It's gonna come back
to
so quickly.
haunt me?
Pretty high.
That's what you get
apparently.
for telling your dad something embarrassing that happened.
Yeah, I know. I should never do that ever again.
You know, right when you think like, oh my God, like what are the odds of this happening? But
Yeah.
you never win the lottery. You go like, what are the odds to win the lottery? Very slim. What are the odds of this happening? Very
Very
slim.
slim.
But then you win this lottery.
Yeah.
It's a Murphy's Law. I hate Murphy. Then you heard Murphy's like
Murphy's Law.
the
Anything
worst.
that can happen will happen.
Oh my God, Murphy.
Oh my
God. What is wrong?
But
That's
yeah,
your Murphy's
it
moment.
shows that my dad likes to shove things in my face.
Oh, you know
And
what?
embarrass me like any good dad does, I guess.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good little story. I don't know
Mine
if I
even
can-
involves movies, which is what you guys like to talk about, or at least actors.
I mean, well, yeah, it
you
does.
reminded me of something that her
Oh, her.
story. 'Cause I was trying to think of things, and there's like little things. There was one though that involves a celebrity that was kind of embarrassing, but so I used to work at Barnes and Noble, as you both know, but the audience may not know.
Mm-hmm. It's a bookstore.
It's a bookstore, and it was the one that's in the Upper West Side. It's
I always thought there was a one at Union Square.
no, it's
Okay.
82nd and Broadway, Upper West Side,
Interesting.
Barnes and Noble, and so you see a fair amount of celebrities there. Tina Fey came in once, and
I love her.
yeah, so do I.
I mean, everybody
And-
loves Tina Fey.
And she didn't come up to my register. I was like in the back room counting out a register or something, and I come out and she's leaving, and someone's like, "Oh, Tina Fey came up to my register." I was like, "Oh man, I missed it." And I was like, if she ever came up to my register, I would tell her that I love her. She's like, so what are the odds? She did come in again and came up to my register, and I just like blurted out to Tina Fey, "I love you."
I love you.
I just go, "I love you." I was just like, it was like, it came through my head. I was just like, well, I said I would do it, so I have to do it.
That's
like you're a man of your word.
I love you.
I love you. She was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, okay, now we proceed an awkward transaction.
He's awesome.
Your books, are you a
Oh my
member?
God.
Are you a member?
Are you a member of the I Love Tina Fey fan club?
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Yeah, because I didn't think I'd see her again.
Yeah.
I think she'd come back and actually hit my register. And it was only like a few weeks later.
Yeah.
I want to say.
I should throw this out there because I always, ever since I moved to New York, I said that if I ever see Will Ferrell on the street, I will just run, hug him, and then run away.
Careful, he doesn't think you're assaulting him.
Yeah, careful. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's
I know, he's a
when
big
it comes
guy.
to
He's
touching,
like-
you got to be careful.
I know. So like, will I have to live up to my word? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get arrested. I'll be like,
Maybe
I
you can be
just
like
wanted
me
to
and
hug you.
ask him first.
I'll be like, can I hug you? Can I hug
Yeah.
you? Can I hug you?
Just
Can I
for
hug you?
safety's sake. Can I hug you? Can I hug you?
Can I finish?
Can I finish? Can I finish? Okay, finish.
I don't know what that
He's
is.
such a good
It's from
Canadian.
the South Park movie. It's the
Yes.
Canadians.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
like to do it sometimes, and Jose loves it.
I love it. I can't get enough of it.
So that's one for me that involves
Oh
involves
God.
celebrity that I'd kind of forgotten about.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
I'm-
reminded me.
I
of
brought
it.
up all the neurons in your brain to flash that
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, the Tina Fey. Because
That's
it was
great.
like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it when she started walking up the line, and like, yeah, I feel like I must have gone red though.
Yeah.
Like I just like, willfully embarrassed the crap out of myself. But if I ever meet her, maybe I can remind her. She'll be like, I don't remember
Yeah.
that. She won't remember.
It might happen a lot, actually.
It might happen a lot. That's true.
Something of the.
I mean,
Who knows? Yeah.
Like-
With
For all I know, she was in the store looking for a best friend at the bathroom.
I have a story about that. Like it doesn't have to do with the subject, but I'm gonna say it just because I think it's awesome. First of all, if I'm ever in a register and Tina Fey comes to buy anything that I'm selling, I'm gonna be, is this part of your 20?
This is part of your training. Oh, for her.
Because
From the
she does,
commercials,
she does like,
yeah.
this is my 20. Because is this part of your 20? But
You brought this on yourself by doing those acts.
yes, I hope they pay you well because I'm gonna keep saying it. But my wife actually one time she was in a restaurant and it was Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and they approached.
It's true.
The power
They're
couple.
friends.
They are friends in real life.
They are the power couple.
Yes, they're definitely a
They
power
truly
couple.
are.
And this is a true story, and this is like high points for both of them, especially for Amy
Okay.
Poehler, because my wife goes to them and says, "Can I take a picture with you?" And they were really nice. They were like, "Yes, you want one of my fries?" I don't know, like one of them was making a joke and stuff. And then she finds that she doesn't have her phone. There's no way to take a picture.
Oh no.
And she's like, "Oh no!" And then like she's looking, and she's so, I don't have my phone. And then Amy Poehler takes a napkin and she draws stick figures with the names of each of them. And it's like, here's your picture with us. And then she just like, what's your name? Colleen. And then she just draws.
That's amazing.
She draws stick figure. She draws the other.
Do you
like
have it
three.
framed on your
I don't know if she. I
wall
don't.
smart?
I think she lost it. I
You
don't
gotta
know.
be
but
kidding me.
it's
End the story
crazy.
that
It's
way?
crazy. I mean, I'm
Should've
gonna.
just
I'm
lied.
gonna
It's gotta be in
drill
your
it.
apartment
I'm gonna go like, you need to find that. We need to show it on.
Because
on
like
the
that's
show.
a good piece
That
of
is
memorabilia.
That is brilliant. That is, I mean, that just like sometimes you have famous people that you meet them and you go, you shouldn't be famous, and sometimes
That's
you
like
have.
if you have like an Andy Warhol napkin, it's like worth
Exactly.
money now.
And then sometimes you have these experiences, so you go like, you deserve everything you have. You're a
Yeah.
very nice,
They are
humble
good-
person that is
good
like
people.
that went out of her way for that. Like, I mean, granted, they all have bad days and good days.
Yeah,
Maybe they caught her on a
absolutely.
good day, but she didn't have to do that. And she went out of her way, and it speaks well about
Yeah.
people who reach those levels and still are that
Man, she's so
approachable.
on top of things.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean that's also
Quick.
like they're super quick, super quick.
Yeah,
and,
right,
like,
yeah. I'll draw
That's
you a
what
picture.
that's what their career is based
It's
on,
true.
though,
Yes.
being quick.
They are good, but it's true.
improv
It's all true.
throughout like their youth, and then that's how
amazing
they became
people, no,
famous. They
amazing,
worked
amazing
at it.
people.
It's a nice story.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not an embarrassing story,
Not
but
embarrassing, but
and not about me. But since you mentioned Tina Fey, I
Yeah.
So I'm curious
So
what
now we have to-
embarrasses
yeah.
what embarrasses Jose.
Oh God, I mean, There are a couple. I just need to choose one that might be relevant and stuff like, because like for some reason, and this just speaks about characters and people, but you both went in completely different directions than I thought. I mean,
I initially had another one, so if you need,
we'll have time. We'll have time.
I
We'll have time. But
more.
I'll try to make it.
Life's embarrassing.
I'll try to make it short. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure after I say this one, I'll remember another one and maybe. Right. But there was one time in high school, like the beginning of high school. It was like first year of high school, second year of high school, and I was really in love with this girl. Actually, this is two stories, but I was really in love with this girl, and
I hope it better be a true story.
And I wrote her a love letter.
Aww.
I wrote her a love letter. I found a way to give it to her, and she just paraded it across the entire class.
Oh, that's brutal.
Like everybody read.
I don't feel
everything I said.
I feel like that's harsh, but like I feel like it reflects badly on her.
It does.
That is very poor taste.
Yeah.
It does.
Would you remember or be willing to say the things you remembered that you wrote?
Do you remember?
It was a very long. Like I have no idea how I like I used to write a lot.
Did you know her very well?
And I was corny. I was like really back then. I was still the guy who thought that women like chocolate, flowers, and poems. So that's how I would approach. I would just come with chocolates. I would come with flowers. I write poems. And for a 13-year-old kid, just like I would try to use big words, but it would just come across like super corny and stuff. And it was so long. It was like 3 pages from both sides.
No.
And it was like it was like I don't know. Like I'm embarrassed of even remembering.
Yeah, you don't want your brain doesn't want to go there.
And she just shared it with everybody. And then when it was in the hands of girls, it was a little more contained. Once it got into the hands of boys, then it was all over the place. Then it was all over the place.
Yeah.
That was one.
Boys are
jerks.
One.
Boys are jerks.
Especially in high school.
Yeah.
And I thought like as I'm telling this story, I remember the other one because there were like two. I thought they were the same. They're not the same. There was one time that I was in love with this. It was a different girl, and a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, like one of my classmates knew that, but it was like a platonic thing between her and me. We both liked each other for years, but both were like very afraid to say anything.
Too immature.
And then one day during recess, this guy, I don't even remember what triggered this, but he kind of like dragged me to her in front of everybody. He goes like, "You two like each other for a long time. Just say it," or something like. And it's like put us in the spot, the two of us, and she just ran away, and I just like. And like it was like, what you gonna do? Like you're 13, 14, and everybody's going like, he loves you, you love him.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe
do something about it. It's like, oh come on. I mean, I'll make it private. Like I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't do it in front of
it's gonna have the opposite effect.
Holy crap! Yeah, like that was like she was my first love. She was my first love. It started like when I was like probably 9, and it went up to like 17, 18.
Oh wow!
It was like a long time. The only time I got to tell her. She was a friend of my sister, and one night, it was like 14, 15, I woke up like around like 4:30, and I woke her up, and then told her like, I need to tell you something, and then I just like spent like half an hour telling her how much I love her and all this stuff, and then my dad walked on us.
How old are you?
And then I was 15? Like 14, 15.
Okay.
And then my dad walked on us, and then then he just saw us, and then I was like, we couldn't sleep, so we're talking. And then he just went away, and 3 minutes later, my mom came in, and I go like, he just sent her.
Yeah.
It was like the kids are doing something shady in the dark. And then
was she like at your house for a sleepover with your sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was wondering like where you went to.
I was a sleepover with my sister, and after that I didn't see her for like 6 months. No kiss, no anything. She liked me, but it was too embarrassed, and then then he just died.
That's
after
what happens
time.
at that age. It's too embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh.
She got married, had kids.
And then you got married.
I was in college back then. Like it was like, but it was like it was kind of like. I don't know. It was like the kids' love, like the thing that I still remember it with a warm heart. It's like it's nice, and she's doing well. She has kids, she's family, she's happy.
Yeah.
All stuff. But it was, it was kind of those things like we could have kissed once, you know?
If things had gone differently.
The magical movie moment I could have
I know,
had.
I know.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're embarrassed either in public, sometimes you're just embarrassed in front of your dad.
It's true.
I love that he sent your mom.
He said
like,
because
"Go check
oh no,
on
because
her."
this is like he's super. He back then he was like more stoic than he is right now. But he was like like the strong man and stuff like that. But when he was like, I can't live with this. It was, like if he's like give me a burglar, like give me something like. But
no.
kids in law,
Horny
which is like
teens?
no, I'm gonna go back and send the wife.
Just drift off this
It
way.
was hilarious. It was like
He
one
Just
of
like backed away slowly.
It was like, no, I don't want to deal with this. I don't know. I'm good with reprimand.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this.
Yes.
Funny.
Oh, it was good. It was good. Great times.
I have a high school one.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
go
It's
in?
just like a boys are jerks kind of a story.
Yeah.
This is something I feel like it's happened to many people throughout the years. I got pantsed, but I got
You get what?
Pantsed.
Pantsed. Do you know
It's
this?
when someone
It's
just
when
like
pulls
sneaks
your
up on you
pants
and
down.
pulls your pants down.
Oh,
Usually
not a wedgie.
happens-
Wedgie is like
No,
the
that's
opposite.
Wedgie's the opposite.
And
A wedgie?
A wet willy
wed-
is in the ear.
No, but it's
Yeah.
that wedgie? When
Wedgie.
they-
a wedgie.
Wedgie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, this was a pantsing. I got pantsed.
Boom.
This was in high school.
It shows
don't-
the underwear.
I don't remember which grade. It was freshman or sophomore year. It was one of the first couple of years. And it was the venue that was so bad. Because we were in gym class.
Of course.
And we were, everybody was in the gym. And we were doing the gymnastics, week. Gymnastics week or whatever. And it was the rings. Where you grab up onto the rings to do the
So-
Iron Cross or whatever. So I'm on the rings doing my thing, and then this guy just sneaks up on me. I'm like hanging in front of the room.
Boys.
Yeah, I dropped
are-
pretty fast from those rings.
Yeah. Did you
but-
know this kid?
Yeah.
Like, was he a friend? Was it a?
I
friendly
wouldn't
prank?
say a friend. Yeah, just one of these, jerky machismo guys. I don't remember exactly who did it now. I don't think you'd think it would have been seared
Yeah, in your
onto my
memory.
brain.
Yeah.
But my brain's like, don't go back there. You don't need to relive
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly which one it was.
That's mean.
Someone in my high school class, not one of my close friends. That would have been more bearable, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Some rando kid.
yeah, didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming at all. That was a harsh one.
Yeah.
But was like,
Yeah.
did he pull down also the underwear, or you ended up just being in underwear?
No, I think some underwear came down too.
Oh.
Yeah, not all the way to the ankles, because I
But-
dropped fast enough that it just kind of got below the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
But there was some butt
I don't.
cheeks
It was
involved.
definitely full butt cheeks,
full moon.
full moon, and I don't think this really got too revealed. I don't think
Okay.
anybody got a good look at the front business.
Guys.
But it was still, still
Yeah,
fairly
that's-
mortifying.
that's,
Because I was up on, I was
you couldn't even pull stuff
I
up.
was
right?
vulnerable.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was an
yes.
embarrassing.
That was
high school
embarrassing.
one.
Yeah.
That definitely counts
See
as
any
an
other high school
embarrassment.
ones? I was
Yeah.
thinking, in
That was one of
live
the more public
theater.
one. That was one of the more public
Yeah.
embarrassing moments I have. Because there's always the personal.
Yeah. There's the live theater ones where it's you mess up on stage and
Yeah.
everybody's
Oh.
watching.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those. I was in 42nd Street, which is a big dancing happy one. And there's this scene where the whole cast runs on stage to go get the girl. And I was at the end of the big group. And what happened, and we were running, and my shoes were just slid on the ground, and I did one of those cartoon and landed right on my backside, and I think they were taping that one that day. So on whoever has the DVDs on those,
somebody's got it
watches me fall down
on tape.
Over and over.
They just
We need
rewind.
We're fun to get hands on that.
I never ordered it, so I don't have it, but somebody does.
When it comes to video, like I get a little embarrassed watching some of my film school films. They're just very
old,
film schooly, right? Like they look like just these like laughably stereotypical student films.
Yeah. They have to be.
Yeah, like I'm not embarrassed by all of them, but there's one that I'm embarrassed by now that like I don't think it's that terrible, but like I can't watch it anymore. I don't know that I've even shown it. I don't think I've even shown it to you.
No, you've never.
And the most embarrassing part to me is that there's like a voiceover, and I couldn't find anyone to do the voiceover, so
you did it yourself?
I did it myself. And like, just like knowing that it's me doing this kind of ridiculous narration is tough. It's tough for me to watch. That's like a personal one that like when I watch it now.
Yeah, it's like just cringe.
Yeah. They're not all like that, but there's one in particular that is kind of like that. You would have seen it. You've seen all my film school films because we showed them in class.
Yeah, we saw each
other. And I didn't feel bad about it at the time. It's just like as time has gone on,
you feel
now
that you're feeling
now
that.
I'm more embarrassed by it.
That's interesting.
I don't know if any of your projects. That might be another topic.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I don't know.
Like things I write too. That's a personal thing. Like if you look back on things you wrote back in the day, like you're like, why did I put this down pen to paper? Like, what was I thinking?
I had some letters I wrote that I feel like I'm glad I mailed them because I don't have to look at them anymore. I had like a pen pal with this girl who was like their family was friends with our family, so we would write. But I would get like she was probably my first love, maybe use that term. So I would get probably like Jose. I'd get really flowery. I'd get like. A little romantic. I can't remember exactly how I wrote it, but I remember that like it was overboard. Yeah. It was overboard.
Yeah.
It would just get like it was just melodramatic more than anything else. We were like little kids. Yeah. Acting like we're in some like
Romeo and Juliet.
Some like Victorian letter writing correspondence thing.
Yes.
And it was just stupid little kid playing an adult.
Yeah,
I know. I've been there so many times.
Yes,
I've been there so many times.
You're still there, right?
I wrote so many. Now the tone and the objectives have changed, but I'm still, it's still like now it's politics and this and that, but it's still like, no.
I'm not adulting very well.
Yes, so. I'm not. It's not too well. But
takes a little practice.
One thing is true. At some point I stopped. I don't write love letters anymore.
You don't write love letters? I don't write letters anymore.
I hardly. I'm better at it. I kind of like narrow it down to something that is not that cheesy stuff. But
instant communication.
Mm-hmm. I write a lot. Yes, you're right.
But it also can't just be destroyed in the same way,
Yeah.
Cannot.
Though letters are preservable in a way that texts are not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know so much history just from letters.
Yeah.
We could spiral into that, but I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode. This was fun. This was not as embarrassing an episode as our stories themselves were.
Not embarrassing episode.
If you feel like it, share your own embarrassing stories if you dare.
You dare, definitely.
Or you can simply like the episode, share it on your social media of choice, and most of all, subscribe. And if you want to share your stories with us on Twitter, you can do that with me at John in Paradox. You can do it with Briana
at B Redmount.
With me at Jose in Paradox. And on that note, friends from the future, we say goodbye from the past.